Did your child write in their school assignment that made the teacher call you immediately? My stepdad comes into my room at night when mom is sleeping. I was in a business meeting when my phone wouldn't stop vibrating. 3 missed calls from my daughter's school. My heart raced as I excused myself and called back immediately. Mrs. Walker, this is Principal Goodwin. We need you to come to the school right away regarding Sophia's journal assignment. His voice was tight, professional in a way that sent chills down my spine. What's wrong? Is Sophia hurt? She's fine physically, but her writing contains concerning allegations about her home life. I'd rather not discuss details over the phone. I arrived at the school 20 minutes later, my mind spinning with possibilities. Sophia had been quieter lately, but I'd attributed it to normal preteen moodiness. Principal Goodwin and the school counselor were waiting in his office. Their faces were grim. Mrs. Walker, in Sophia's creative writing journal, she wrote something troubling that were required by law to investigate. He slid the composition book across the desk. My eyes fell on Sophia's neat handwriting. My stepdad comes into my room at night when mom is sleeping. He sits and touches me until I fall asleep. He says it's our special secret and mom would be mad if she knew. Sometimes I pretend to be asleep already so he'll go away faster. The blood drained from my face. I couldn't breathe. Where is Sophia now? I managed to ask. With the school psychologist. Child Protective Services has been notified, as required by law. This can't be right, I whispered. Mark wouldn't, he couldn't. They brought Sophia in. She looked confused and scared. Honey, I said, trying to keep my voice steady. We need to talk about what you wrote in your journal. Her eyes widened. Am I in trouble? No, sweetheart, but you wrote something very serious about Mark coming into your room at night. Sophia looked puzzled, then her face cleared. Oh, you mean about the nightmares? Nightmares? The principal and I spoke simultaneously. Yeah, since we watched that scary movie at Kaylee's sleepover, I've been having really bad dreams. Mark, he comes in when he hears me crying and sits with me. He strokes my hair until I fall back asleep. I felt dizzy with relief. And that's all? He just sits with you until you fall asleep? She nodded. He said not to tell you because you'd be mad we watched a scary movie when you said not to. It was supposed to be our secret so I wouldn't get in trouble with you. The principal and counselor exchanged glances. Sophia, the counselor said gently, when you wrote that he touches you, what exactly did you mean? He pets my hair like this, she demonstrated by smoothing her hand over her head. It helps me fall back asleep after the nightmares. A CPS worker arrived and interviewed Sophia separately. I called Mark, who left work immediately, horrified by the misunderstanding. When he arrived, he explained that he'd been checking on Sophia after hearing her cry out several nights. She made me promise not to tell you about the horror movie, he said, his face pale. I didn't want her to get in trouble. The CPS worker interviewed us both, checked our home that evening, and eventually closed the case. But the damage had been done. Mark was devastated that anyone could think he would harm Sophia. I didn't know touches meant something bad, Sophia said, tears in her eyes. In my book, the character's mom touches her face when she's sick to check for fever. That's all I meant. It took weeks for the tension to fade. Mark was afraid to even hug Sophia for a while, worried about how it might be interpreted. And we've banned horror movies until high school at least.